Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Lux Saigon podcast. In this one, I'm back with my bro Rafa, the owner of Xolos Tequila Bar in Thao, Dien. And this time, we're just talking about everything from opening a business to relationships, just like everything in general. And we've also recorded a full episode in Spanish for anyone trying to practice their Spanish listening skills. You can check that out also on this same podcast. All right, guys, enjoy.
Prepare it. You can go. We have already trouble with the salt.
Nice. I didn't really drink beer until, or I didn't really enjoy beer until I was like 25, I think.
Really?
I didn't know how to enjoy it, yeah.
Well, I didn't like beer either. I was always drinking tequila with my family until I came here to Asia.
Oh.
Yeah, I started drinking the second green and all those stuff.
In Mexico, what do people usually drink?
They also have really good beers. I mean, like when I came back to Mexico, I tried them and they're so good.
There's new ones now?
They have a lot of artisanal.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been only to Cancun before one time, and
It's like USA.
yeah, it feels like USA. Yeah. I remember, like, I went there with my mom and like everybody from her family. We met in Cancun and we spent some time in a resort.
I've never been there. I've never traveled to the south of Mexico. Just like center and north. I was going to the U.S. or something like that.
But your hometown, in which part of Mexico is that again?
It's on the west
West
like
Coast.
nearby the
Near like
Pacific
Baja,
Ocean.
like Baja California or something.
Yeah, well, Baja is on the north,
Oh yeah.
the northwest, but here it's just like exactly in the middle of everything.
And
Yeah.
when you went to America, where did you go again?
I've been in different places. So the first time that I went to the U.S., I was like 12 years old. So my dad was going to Tamaulipas. We were traveling to McAllen just to buy some stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I didn't like much over there. I'm not a big fan of Texas. I mean, right now it's better, but at the time I kind of remember more Tamaulipas than the United States. So it was like, I don't know. I don't like the border at all. I feel like it's kind of dangerous, but also the weather over there was like too hot, and I was just a kid, so I have like the memories that we were like having time all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was nice, like going to buy like cheap clothes and all those stuff, and like the flea markets. So it's still
cool.
fine. And then I went to California, but that was just for a short time. My father took us to Disneyland.
Ah, cool.
So it was a good experience. And after that, when I was 21, after university, I went to live with my uncle for a while in Alabama.
Alabama, damn, the South.
Roll Tide, like, sweet home,
Wait,
Alabama.
which city in Alabama?
And it was, I don't remember. No, because we went to Nashville traveling, but Nashville is not part of that. It was like,
Do you know if it's near Birmingham?
Yeah, it was near Birmingham.
Near Birmingham. I only know Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, just the name. I've never been there before.
Huntsville.
Oh,
Huntsville, Alabama. It's a small town there, but it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
In Alabama, are the Latinos mostly Mexican? Or just a mix of everything?
I have no idea because, like when I went there, I wasn't able to speak English. So mostly the people that I met were like working at Mexican restaurants or something like that, and they were able to speak Spanish as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't find like the whole community. I didn't communicate to Americans at all. So the only thing that I know is that I met Mexicans at a Mexican restaurant, but it doesn't assure me that there are like a lot of Mexicans around.
That's true.
Yeah. So I didn't learn much about actually the city or the town at the time, but I had like just the pleasure of after university, 6 months there just to relax.
Cool.
And it was kind of nice.
That's nice.
I love the nature over there.
in my hometown, so I'm from Northern Virginia, and the Latinos there are mostly Central American, like from El Salvador or Honduras, Guatemala too, from like a specific town in Guatemala.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me as well. You know, like Mexico is quite big, but mostly all the people that I met were from the same place. That it was Degollado in Jalisco. And it was like, wow, I don't know why.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I think one guy just traveled there.
Yeah.
Like immigrant, and then he likes it, and then he called the family and friends. So everyone was going there, and everyone knew each other, and all of them were from the same town, and they knew since they were kids. So like, oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I heard in New Jersey there's a city called Patterson, and it's full of Peruvians.
Peruvians.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I heard about it.
Yeah, but it happened that they always have like the small groups. This time last year, 2 years ago, actually, I went to Texas to visit one of my friends, and it was Houston, Texas, full of Mexicans in one part, and then you go to other neighborhood, and it was like just full of Vietnamese.
Whoa!
It was like quite cool.
Cool.
And I felt like very lucky because I could understand some Vietnamese.
Oh,
so
nice.
like, you know, like you are with Vietnamese, you can understand a little bit. So you go to Vietnamese restaurants, you can order in Vietnamese. Then you go to a Mexican restaurant in Spanish, and then like let's go to eat some hamburgers in English.
Yeah.
So it was quite cool. Like you feel very powerful being there because you can understand like the three main languages.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's nice.
In my hometown, there's like a place called Little Saigon.
Little Saigon? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
and I tried to order some food. I think it was like bunted nung. But it was like it said like Hai Yung Bunted Nung from a city. But I said Hai Zung, like the North accent. And the guy tried to correct me, like, no, Hai Yung.
Hey, take it easy. We are
really
not from the
serious.
north, okay? So you don't pronounce it like that.
They have the old flag, the yellow flag of the old southern Vietnam.
Saigon and all this stuff.
Yeah, they're really proud of that.
Wow, that's nice. What do you think about the food in the US, like Vietnamese food in the US?
If you go to a place that's like that, like Little Saigon, it could be pretty good. If you go to one in a random shopping center, there's so many random pho restaurants, so many. And some are okay, and but it's hard to find other dishes. It'll be like...
And totally it's gonna be pho and like...
It's like 99 different phos, and then one says like spicy beef noodle soup. That's bun bao.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And it's really spicy. They make it really spicy. I don't know why.
Like here it's not spicy at all.
Yeah, here it's not spicy.
Well, I make it quite spicy myself, but they don't say it like that.
I was surprised.
Yeah, when I went to Mexico with my wife, like, you know, in Houston, I tried the pho and they had jalapeno.
Oh.
But it was like, what? What is that? It's like, okay, well, I tried and it was
It's probably good, right?
acceptable. Yeah, it's really good. Like, I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, damn, this is really hard to eat. Like, it was good. You don't expect the same stuff like
That's cool.
in Vietnam, the same like with Mexican food here.
It's like fusion.
Yeah, kind of. So then I went to Mexico, in Guadalajara, my hometown. You know, my family took me to a Vietnamese restaurant. The only Vietnamese restaurant that...
They have one?
Yeah, they have one in Guadalajara. The name is Pho Chef.
Whoa.
Yeah, so they took me there like, let's go to eat, something like that for you to eat Vietnamese food. And they had that jalapeno...
the pho.
Jalapeno pho, and then like a lot of... The translation, I think they just got it really wrong.
Yeah.
And you know they had one that was like train something like I don't know what they were trying to say. Actually, when I went with my wife, I came back. She also saw the names and it's like, what is that? We don't even have it in Vietnam. But I don't know what's that, but okay, let's try it. They had that pho and it was the same. So I went to talk to the guy over there, and it's like, alright, where did you learn how to? Because they didn't have any Vietnamese staff or anything. It was just some Mexican people. So like, how did you get the recipe, or have you been in Vietnam or something? Like, oh no, I had a friend in California who taught me how to make pho. Then I came to Guadalajara and I sold it.
That's
so
cool.
Like, that's why he's still like having some jalapeno on the top and everything. So I explained to him, you know, I'm coming from Vietnam. I lived there already for a couple of years, and I gave him some Vietnam dongs. Like, he was very excited. Like, oh damn, like, this is money from Vietnam. So he was calling the staff like, look.
That's cool.
So this year when I went with my family, he had bills over there. So like, that's cool. A nice guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good. It's still good. It's just like Tex-Mex food. Not Mexican at all, but you enjoy it.
Yeah, right.
That's what really matters.
Dang, so what is the real Mexican food? Like, it's not burritos.
Well, we have a lot of different dishes in Mexico. There are 32 states, and every state has its own culture, its own history, and also how they cook, the way that they cook. So if you go to Guadalajara, for example, we have tortas ahogadas. But then you go to Mexico City and you can get like tacos al pastor that are really good. You go to the north of the country and you will get a lot of barbecue meat that they are really good. So I cannot really tell you. We can go with the most popular ones that is like tacos, for me pozole, menudo, those stuffs. But even the Tex-Mex is coming like usually from Mexico, and then they just have like small variations or something like that. Cool. So I could not tell you like, this is exactly 100% the Mexican food. I just know like if it has a lot of yellow cheese, like the cheddar or whatever, it must be Tex-Mex. But sometimes like I even get surprised because as a Mexican, I don't know the history and where all the dishes are coming from, and I've never been all around the country to tell you that I know 100% of that. But the other day I was talking with a friend, and he just told me like, "Oh, you know, burritos are from Mexico." Seriously, like yeah, like they were like created in Mexico. Well, that's what he said. I'm not pretty sure. Yeah. And then he told me they got very popular in the U.S. and now people think that they are like Tex-Mex, but they're actually from Mexico. The same with the chimichangas. Like, wow, I didn't know that, but it's quite interesting. So,
but enchiladas?
Yeah, enchiladas they are like super popular over there. But mostly when I try food, I can tell you, like, wow, this tastes like when I was in Mexico. So it's like when I get like, yeah, it must be something like Mexican food, even though they're using different spices or something. Yeah. But just like by telling you the dish at all, I will go with tacos. That is like the real Mexican stuff, and then you put whatever you want inside the tortilla.
Cool. Nice. So like, in regards to businesses, like your dad also owned a business, right?
Yeah, my dad has his own business too since I was a child. Like.
And you said that was cool because he could like control his own schedule and go to like all of your events and stuff.
That's the memory that I have. Like, you know, my dad had a really hard time when he was young. He used to live in the street, like, always as poor people know. His father kicked him out of the house when he was 15. He was kind of like a homeless person. Yeah. But luckily, like, he was working really hard, and then he got what he has right now. So since I have memory, for him, like, family is very important. But he is also working all the time. Like, I think for what he lived, he had a lot of need for money. So the thinking that he has is like the way to show you love is providing everything related to money. So he was always working all the time, and if you had to spend time with him, usually you had to go to war with him because he was into that. But at the same time, he was trying to be there for the kids and show up like what he didn't get. So when we had events at school, he was always there because he could handle his own schedule exactly. Like, he had his workers and everything, his employees. And if you just tell him, like, you know, tomorrow we have an event and the kids are gonna dance, he will be prepared. So that day he would not go to work, probably from 2 to 4, to make sure that he's there, and then he was to continue working. So I really appreciate, because I saw many kids when I was there that they were crying because their parents had to go to war or whatever. True. So he was always there, and I really appreciate that.
True. Yeah, my parents had a pretty busy work schedule. My dad worked in restaurants, so if you start in the morning, you come back home like late evening. And if you start in the afternoon, you come back home like really late. Yeah, it's a pretty tough schedule. Yeah,
it would be really hard. Can imagine that.
I would love to know, like, when was your dad's like? When was the point where like he realized, like, oh shit, I can turn this around?
Well, my dad is a really hardworking person. So at the very beginning, it's not really like, you know, I'm gonna make this. It's just like he was trying his best in different jobs, like to get something. He worked with a lawyer when he was younger. He was working at a flower store, like lots of stuff. And then like he had the opportunity to work with machinery and like creating some automobile parts. I don't know how to say it.
Sure.
So he started on that, and he saw like, wow, this is selling pretty well at that time. That it was could be like the 1970s, 1980s. So then he had the opportunity to move to Guadalajara because actually he was like mostly in Mexico City. That it was where he grew up. And then in Guadalajara, he was working pretty hard until he had the opportunity of found out one of the pieces that he was selling had like the original one from the company had like a little bit of mistake. So it wasn't working at all. So he fixed it. And then he offered to the customers and he told them like, this piece that I have, this is the original one. It's gonna have, for example, a lifetime of 6 months and you have to change for a new one. But this one that I just made some changes, it can last like quite a long time, some years, because you just need to add oil in this part that I added. And it's gonna like be pretty cool. So people like it and they started buying a lot from him. So he got like, even though like he was selling other stuff, that one was like his strength at the time. Yeah. He made a lot of money from that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so.
That's what he knew a lot about.
He was pretty smart and lucky as well. I mean, like he was looking where to get some extra cash. So yeah.
It's cool that he knew exactly like something was wrong about that piece. And
yeah, the thing, like when you are working with something, you get used to how they work, and like this is the weakness that everything has. So then you are able to fix it. Something that if you don't really know well, like you just see it and you will be buying. But he was making them, so that's why he knew it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's making me think now about my own job.
Yeah. Why?
Because like I don't know, like in my job, the content that we teach is already made for us. Mm-hmm. We don't have to lesson plan anything.
All right.
But so yeah, now that you mentioned that, it's like we could definitely learn from the mistakes of the content that we are selling for other people, and then improve that content.
Yeah. Yeah, it totally happened. It's happening with me as well. When I'm teaching, it helped me a lot that I wasn't like a native speaker. So when I was studying, I kind of remember how I learned what was like the hard stuff, and then when I understood, and I said, oh wait, like this is working this way, so I get it. So when I'm with my students, I kind of remember what was like the hard stuff, and it's usually helping them. Cool. For example, like if you're a native, because I am also a Spanish teacher, sometimes guys ask me like, why is this happening? So like, oh whoa, for me it's like just like very natural, so it's kind of hard to explain them. And right now, like with experience, you get it, but at the very beginning, it's just like, yeah, let me investigate and I will let you know. So in English, I don't have those troubles because I studied like the whole stuff, so I know how it is working.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it helped me a lot. I'm not saying that like it's better than a native speaker. I just say like it's one of the advantages that you have when you are not.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And talking about Spanish, I assure you that probably someone who studied Spanish is having that advantage against me.
Yeah, the good thing that we have family that speaks other languages, and they try to learn English sometimes too, so we can hear like how they struggle and what they might need help with. It helps us to teach in the classroom. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, so like now you own a business, but you still decide to teach, right?
That's right. I like teaching. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun for you.
Yeah, especially because I'm teaching to young generations. So you learn a lot from them, and they are quite funny. I usually teach kindergartens right now, primary school, and I have some secondary schools too.
Cool.
Yeah, but the high school or going to the IELTS or something like that, I don't really feel interested. It's just a little bit boring for me.
True.
There are some guys who really like it because they are communicating. It's quite easy, like just having conversations. But for me, I prefer playing with kids, have fun. Like I'm a funny guy, so I need to play.
Like on TikTok, you have like the TikTok.
Yeah, I have a TikTok, and it's just like doing very dumb stuff. But some people like it, so it's fine.
Like today,
I also have a meme,
really?
A meme page, a fan page. Not much. Like I made it like 4 years ago. I had some memes. I had could be like 100 followers. And then I left it there. So last month I just checked it out like to see how it is going, and I already have 1,000 followers.
Nice.
It's cool.
It's on Instagram?
Yeah, like everything organic. No, in Facebook.
Sick. Awesome. Yeah, with one of my students just today, I think he's 8 years old. And then we changed the lyrics to the song Last Christmas. You know the song Last Christmas?
Yeah.
And we changed to like, last Christmas I gave you my fart.
Ah,
And they understand, so like they laugh at it.
that's cool.
It's awesome.
They are quite smart. They can understand many
Yeah.
jokes now. I had a fun too with them.
Have you heard of Elon Musk talking about babies?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Like, because he also designs AI, right?
Uh-huh.
So he's comparing how the baby learns compared to an AI, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's so similar. Like I can't believe it's
Oh, really?
so similar. How the baby is learning so fast."
Wow. I didn't know that. It's quite interesting. It makes sense, actually.
Yeah, man. Because he said because the way they've created the learning system of the AI is supposed to copy how a human brain works.
Yeah.
So now it's getting, I guess it's getting closer. Not the same yet, but I don't know what will happen if it's the same.
Are you afraid of what is going to happen with AI?
Not yet. Maybe in the future I might, but right now I feel okay. Yeah.
Well, it's quite powerful. I mean, like right now, it's not as capable as a human. But the thing is that because they are also machines, they can get a lot of information that we cannot retain easily or we cannot get easily.
Yeah.
They just go into the web and they have like all the information just there to take it.
So far, they just have they haven't decided on what they want to use the information for because they can't do that yet, I guess.
Yeah, but it's going quite fast. You know, the other day, sometimes I use AI to make some posts here for the bar. So I just typed there like, I need a post for Xolos Tequila Bar or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the AI by itself knew about Xolos Tequila Bar because it started explaining like, oh, you should go to Xolos Tequila Bar because they were part of the first Mexican gastronomic week in Ho Chi Minh City, and it was like, wow. Like I didn't say anything, but it knew already about my bar. Like, you don't expect something like that. So it could be kind of scary when it's like just having too much information that it could be even like blackmailing you in the future. We never know.
Yeah, right. I know Elon Musk, I think he's worried about it.
Yeah.
He'll say it publicly that he's worried about it.
Right now it's fine and we can control it, but like we're just like, we never stop. As humans, we are looking for more to see what we can get. And I believe that maybe at some point it's gonna be out of control. Maybe not really like gonna have robots killing us or something like that, but we will not be able to control the information that the computer can offer us. Or maybe find a way to play with us. Like right now, for example, with the social networks, a lot of people are falling into it, or it was the same with the television. They were keeping a lot of people just watching and like to avoid like the reality. So at some point, the artificial intelligence may find a way to control humans, not really like in the Matrix, but like some kind of entertainment that they know that is addictive, so we are not able to do anything.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the metaverse.
Yeah, but well, let's enjoy it now that we can. And
cheers.
Be careful.
In this metaverse.
Yeah.
Did you see the podcast episode of Lex Friedman and Mark Zuckerberg? They did it in the metaverse.
No.
They had a podcast episode in the metaverse, and when you see their face, it looks like a person, like a human. And when you wear the glasses and you look at them in the metaverse, you make eye contact with their character, so it feels like your brain thinks you're looking at somebody. So it's different than like a phone camera, right? Because you're looking at the phone.
Yeah.
But this is like VR. You're totally in that world.
I have one VR. It was the Oculus. Right now it's the Meta Quest 2. It's not the newest one, but it's quite nice. It's funny because I paired it and there was like this boxing game.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's try it out. So you are casting to the TV, and the TV looks pretty nice, no? Like you see a guy there, a big guy, you're gonna fight, it's cool.
Nice.
But once you wear the glasses, the guy wasn't like just normal. It was a pretty big guy that was kind of scary. So you look up and you see him and you're like, damn. So
cool.
You kind of like feel...
you feel something, right?
Yeah, like it's not the normal stuff. I have the game Resident Evil. Do you know Resident Evil?
Yeah.
I have Resident Evil 4.
Dude, that's a good one. That's the best one.
And it's just like, it's totally different. Like when they scream, like
that's gotta be scary.
Detrás de ti, imbécil. Like, you're pretty scared. Like, that something's gonna happen.
Yeah, that was scary just playing on the TV already. So like with VR, it must be really scary then.
Yeah, it is. And there is a new one, like for the remake that they made in Resident Evil 4.
I
They
heard
have
about
the
that.
new
I
VR,
heard
so it's
about
gonna be
that,
good. Anyway.
I mostly played Final Fantasy.
Oh, the
You know that
RPG?
game? Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. But I used to play like the old ones.
Like before number
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, before number 7. I
Ah,
never
okay.
played any on 3D.
Dude, 7 and 10 are the best, man. In my opinion.
The number 7 had a very good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a remake right now. Just like maybe 2 months ago, I went to a Final Fantasy 7 concert in District 2.
I saw that you posted something
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and you were like, oh wow,
And it was just like a symphony, just like only violins and cellos. It was fucking cool.
nice.
I think I cried like 2 times. Like, that game is like so
Yeah.
so dear to me.
Yeah, very into the nostalgia.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh yeah. So like in this episode, I was wondering, yeah, if you have any tips for, I guess for expats that want to open some kind of business in Saigon, like any tips that you have?
Well, I could tell you that when I started opening business here, it wasn't really my plan. Like it was not like
Right.
like I want to have businesses and make a lot of money or something like that. Not really. So what happened here is that I wasn't able to, like they changed the law, so I wasn't able to have a bank account, or at least not to deposit money in there, and I had a lot of cash.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, someone could just like break into my house and get all the cash. It's like, okay, I need to invest in something.
True.
So it's when I tried to have my first coffee shop. It's quite hard to open a business by yourself as a foreigner here in Vietnam, because we have to remember that this country is socialist.
True.
So they are like looking first for their own people, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
So to have a business, it must be at least owned in certain part for a Vietnamese. Unless you have to fulfill the requirements for foreign investment, and they ask for a lot of money, a lot of paperwork that I could not do at the time. So having a girlfriend, it was just like, okay, I'm gonna open the business and everything is gonna be under her name. It worked out for me because I trust her and she's a really good person, and now she's my wife. So we have a family together. I've heard of other people who they just want to open businesses, then they get a Vietnamese partner and then they go away with everything. But
that
it's
could happen, right?
really complicated. Yeah, especially like when the business is not going really well and then suddenly it just comes up, and the other partner is gonna be like, like you don't have anything, so you do whatever you want. You cannot even call the police or anything because everything is under my name. So
that could happen.
It's complicated.
So you gotta really trust that partner.
Yeah, you have to. But it's a lot of fun. Like having businesses
Cool.
is a lot of fun. I just see it like a video game, like
Yeah.
a challenge. Like let's see how it's working out. If not, well, you just lose it and let's start again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may take time to save money again, but luckily it has been working well. Like at least the coffee shop worked well. Then just one guy came and said, I like your coffee shop. I want to buy it. Like, how much do you sell it? So I just told him one high number. Like let's see. I was kind of playing with him, like kidding, and
yeah.
like this amount of money that it was quite higher than what I got, and I'm like, sure, let's do it.
Nice.
Really? Like, yeah, why not? Like, I like the coffee shop. Like, okay. So that's how I got like the first coffee shop, and then I sold it. And I had the idea of opening something else, but I was thinking about the problems that I had with the coffee shop. The same like when I was telling you with my dad, he found out many things that you don't think at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Then they come out. So it's very nice having your coffee shop. You have your own place. That is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But once that I had it, you find out that in Vietnam, people come to get a coffee and they take around 2 to 3 hours into the coffee shop, and they spend around 30,000 Vietnam dong. They should be like probably $1 and
Right.
$1.30.
Yeah.
So what they do is that they get their Vietnamese coffee, and then they're gonna work in the computer.
Yeah.
And they don't mind about the coffee, so you will see all the ices just like blending there with the coffee, and it's like it used
I've
to
done it
look
too.
like
I've done it too.
yeah, it was very dark coffee, and at the end it just looked like diluted water with some drops of coffee in there.
Yeah.
And they will be working there. The thing is, I was nearby a school with the coffee shop, and a lot of students were coming to the break, just get one drink, the cheapest one that we have, and let's sleep in the sofa, the whole sofa. So when we had more customers, they don't mind moving or anything. It's just they didn't think about like, oh, like they are having our customers, so let me go for them to continue like with the flow of the people. It was just like, okay, there are no seats, so it's bad luck. I arrived first, so I have my whole sofa just to sleep, very relaxed for 3-4 hours.
And people feel shy to tell them like, yo, can you move like a little bit?
Sometimes, like even me myself as an owner, you don't like telling the customer like, hey, like, can we have a space? But we have to do it sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it's just like you don't ask them to leave. You just like, can you let the other one, or can you move to a table that has like chairs like for 2 people, because you are taking the sofa, like it's a table with sofas around that is like for 6 people. They're just there laying down.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, so then like, okay, I want to open another coffee shop later, because my wife really liked that experience and she wants to have one more.
Cool.
But my thinking was like, people go to drink only 1 coffee a day, probably 2 if they really want to stay for a long time.
Yeah.
But when you go to drink alcohol, you don't get only 1. Usually you go for more beers because you want to have fun, or cocktails or whatever. So my idea was like, next time I'm gonna open a bar, and that's why we are having right now Xolos here. That is Xolos Tequila Bar.
Nice. Are you having more fun with the bar?
Yeah, well, I like it, and it's just different stuff. In the coffee shop, we have piano, we had an ukulele,
cool,
and guitar. So the students that were around there, they had that group of students that were into music, and they were coming every day, just to play the piano, singing, and they were really good.
Nice.
So people used to think that we had live music every day, but it wasn't true. Like, the guys just were coming because they had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Actually, that attracted a lot of customers at the time.
Nice.
But here, we don't have that. Here is more like having parties and meeting different kind of people. But I can tell you that having this bar, I have met different people that usually they have like bigger businesses. In the coffee shop, I was meeting a lot of students, some teachers, very young generations. And here I'm meeting like older people who already own businesses and also in Thao Dien.
True.
So it's just like quite different level of communication. True. But it's still like really nice. It's another experience that I'm having.
Yeah.
So I like it.
And in the future, you would want a restaurant?
I want to open some restaurants, yeah. Well, an Italian restaurant, I talked to a friend. He's having like a chain of Italian restaurants right now, and it's like, nice. I just want like to have a kind of collaboration between friends. So let's open a restaurant with this chain.
Yeah. And
then like, let's see if we can do something else. Like we had tacos here before, and probably in the future we have another Mexican restaurant, or a proper Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I keep having ideas. Like I want to also experience like running some kind of small business. Like the coffee shop idea sounds fun. Just a random idea I had recently was like like a clothing brand.
Yeah, I have some friends who try to open the clothing brand, but it's quite hard.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people are looking here for clothes and working with clothes. So opening your own brand and making it grow is like quite hard, because you have a lot of other brands trying to do the same.
True.
It's the same with the bars. We have a lot of bars here in Thao Dien. So the only thing that I'm looking for is like that by selling tequila, people recognize that, that is something different, because you can go to any bar, but here we have tequila.
True.
A lot of different kinds of tequila and other cocktails, or mostly like we can say 90% of our cocktails have the base in tequila.
Nice.
Some of them are like signature. I just made them. Like, so you cannot get them anywhere else.
True. Nice. So you learned to make some drinks too.
I used to work in a hotel in Muine, and I was there like the barista. I'm not a professional one, but I'm also a Mexican, so I know how tequila tastes.
True.
So I know how to make some drinks, and I can recognize when something tastes like tequila and when something is just leaving the flavor away.
Yeah.
So mostly when I try to make the cocktails, it's just like keep all the flavors. Let's say like, well, I'm looking for something that is probably a margarita. And when I made the margarita, it's like, okay, let's check. So you can find a lot of recipes on the internet. You can see a lot of people doing different stuffs. and our margaritas are not the cheapest ones because you can find some people that they make like sometimes free flow, very cheap. But then you taste the margarita and it's just like syrup. So what I try to do is that you can recognize all the flavors.
Nice.
So when you drink one of the margaritas that we make, you have to find that it's made of tequila. So you taste it and like you say like, okay, I can see that there is tequila into it.
Yeah.
But also lime. It should be sour. We are adding some sweetness with the syrup. And finally, we add also the orange liquor that is a triple sec. And you also have to get it. So the proportion must be like perfect. So when you taste it, if you focus into the lime, you can get the lime. If you focus into the tequila, you can get the tequila. And you have all the flavors all going around.
Damn. Can we try one?
Yeah, sure. Like, you can try it. Like, no problem. We can have the tasting after here.
Yeah, or even on camera. It's okay.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can just call the staff. Can you give me 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Oof. Can I have one margarita?
One margarita. Dude, how do you know these music? Is it popular in Mexico too? These songs?
These songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I recognize many of them. I was not very into music when I was in Mexico. But, I mean, like, just dancing cumbias and all those things.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And some rock in Spanish. But it's just like, you look into internet, like, the playlist is rock in Spanish, and then you find them. So you say, like, oh, okay, I know this song, so it's my generation. And like, okay, the rest that I don't know, they go with the flow. So I have customers that just come here and it's like, oh, I like that song. Like, okay, I don't know it, but
Cool.
yeah, like, it's like all going together.
Like, I know this song because of my dad. My dad loves like Spanish rock from the 80s. So,
Yeah, that's why what I told you. Like, I don't know that one.
Oh, really?
But I know the one that was before.
Ah, cool.
Like, okay. So
And from Mexico, my dad, my dad hates Maná, but he loves El Tri.
sorry.
Like the rock bands from Mexico. My dad, he hates Maná, but he loves El Tri. El Tri de Mexico. He loves them.
Yeah.
They're still popular.
El Tri is nice, but I'm not a big follower. I feel like too heavy for me.
It's heavy.
I'm more like baladas.
Ah,
something
yeah.
like
Like Luis Miguel or something?
that. It could be like that. Maná is still fine sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, but they have like good songs.
Yeah.
But the Tri, no. El Tri.
Dude, I really love like alternative rock, like emo rock. And there's some from Mexico that is good.
I never heard something about that. I mean, like, it was very popular.
Yeah.
And I saw all the guys with the emo stuff, like the hair. There is actually one video on YouTube, like when some, they were the darks, like the guys that were like with the dead and all those things. They were saying that the emos were copying their styles, and they got into a fight or something like that. They were going to get into a fight.
Wait, like the
punks and the darks were going to get into a fight with the emos, and then suddenly, like just from the metro, a group of Hare Krishnas just came singing and dancing, and everything was like very relaxed, and they like just dismissed, and like, okay, they saved the day. But it was like very weird. I'm gonna send you the video.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really fun.
That's cool. Yeah, there are some Mexican emo bands that I really like.
It was Panda, no? Like
There's
Panda
yeah.
was very popular.
Do you know Allison?
No, I don't know.
I love Allison.
But it was at the same time with Guns N' Roses and all those things?
No, this is like, Allison is from like when I was in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also this band called Insight from Mexico. Or
I don't know, I was never into the rock. I was never into rock. Even now, like, I hear a lot of people, like, different songs. I told you I didn't speak English until like very late.
Right.
So also, like, I see all my friends singing Backstreet Boys and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That is not rock, but like, just letting you know, like, I don't know the songs.
Yeah, true.
And you see, like, wow, it hurts because even my wife knows them, but I don't.
I know those songs, from like, I think 3rd grade or maybe 4th grade. Yeah, but do you know 50 Cent?
Yeah.
Like in the club?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
50 Cent, that is like super popular guy.
What about Britney Spears?
Well, Britney Spears, like I know her pretty well because my brother, before I started traveling to the US, he went with my dad, and he was a super fan of Britney Spears. You know, like the guy who hated Christina Aguilera because they were like, I'm in the Britney Spears team.
Yeah.
And he even got a Britney Spears doll for Christmas and all this stuff.
Damn.
So he was listening to all those songs. That's why I know her.
Ah, okay.
So I was never a fan, but like, you know, like he was playing them.
That's cool.
So like, okay. She had really good songs. Even now, I like her style.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like she has one song with Will I Am.
For real?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Cool.
Britney Spears. Yeah. For the songs that I was listening when I was young, it's just like Jose Jose and you know those very old songs from the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Because of my parents, they were always listening to them. My dad, so that's why.
My dad always mentioned Manzanero, I think.
Armando Manzanero?
Right? Is that also from that same era?
No, that's like older one.
That's older.
An older one.
Yeah.
They're still really good.
They were really popular in Peru too.
Armando Manzanero.
So even in Peru, now some people are using like some Mexican slang.
Really?
Like maybe like way or something like sometimes like one word or something will come into Peru and it'll become trending.
Oh wow!
And they'll use something, like or like saying like mano.
Mano, that is like more like from Mexico City,
really?
I believe. Yeah, like my dad, I told you like he grew up in Mexico City, so my family from my dad's side, they are over there and they speak like that, like no mano.
Cool.
Yeah, and huevo, that is very common in Guadalajara.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do you have any expression in Peru like to use instead of way, like something to call like your friends or something?
Let's say huevón.
Huevón.
Yeah.
Oh, huevón. Yeah, I heard about that.
But huevón can be
huevón.
Like huevón can be like it can be like nice like to a friend, or it can also be mean to someone that you don't like.
Yeah, totally. It's the same like in with güey or cabrón or something like that. Yeah. Like depends on how you say it and when you say it, it can be nice or something really bad.
Like there's like this like a picture of how to say in Peru. Like depending how you say it is like different meanings, like 7 different meanings. Like yeah.
I didn't know about that. Yeah. What does it mean like when you say like?
If you say like it means like stop.
Okay. Yeah.
Or if you say like it's like is it ready? Like,
okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Or if you say like no, it's like oh that's so awesome.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Peru. When was the last time that you went to Peru?
2018. Before coming to Vietnam, like a few months before I came here, I went to Peru just for maybe 1 week, I think. For 1 week.
Where in Peru?
In Lima. Yeah. Like my mom said I was born in the province of Lima, in the city of Lima, in the district of Lima.
Wow.
Yeah. Like Lima.
Lima. In Mexico, Lima is a different kind of fruit. You know it? No, there is like limon, that is the lime, and Lima is like a sweeter one that we make agua fresca with that one.
Ah, sick.
And look, the margarita's coming.
Ah, sweet.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
There you are.
Thanks, man. Margaritas with salt. Like I haven't had one for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't like it then. If you don't remember how they taste.
Should we smell it first?
Sure. So what you have to find out first is that it's made of tequila. You must feel it from the very beginning.
I taste it. Yeah. Oof, that's strong. Nice.
Yeah, it's quite strong. Like the drinks here most taste like tequila.
Nice.
So actually, the customers that we have they come here because they know that we are using tequila. Like, how do you know? Like, oh, it tastes like that.
Taste it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's really cool, man. Thanks. What do you
Especially people from Texas, they like them.
That makes sense, right? That makes sense. What do you think about Long Island iced teas?
It's good, eh? The Long Island iced tea is one of my favorite ones.
Me too.
Like usually, let's go straight with a cocktail, and I don't even know why they call it Long Island iced tea.
I think it's from Long Island, New York.
But why iced tea? I mean,
just the color, I think.
Okay, yeah, like the iced tea in the US.
Was it last year? Last year I finally accomplished my dream of drinking a Long Island iced tea in Long Island.
Oh wow, that's a good
And it
one.
tastes the same.
Yeah, I guess that.
But still.
But it's like, well, not really. I was going to tell you like trying a Hawaiian pizza in Hawaii, but it wasn't made in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, probably
yeah.
right. Yeah, you're probably right.
For what I know, it was made in Canada or by
Are
a
you
Canadian,
serious?
one of both. Yeah.
Wow, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
No, it was made in Canada by like some immigrants from Europe.
Oh,
but it's like
shit.
nothing related to
That's
Hawaii.
so smart.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
quite-
shit, let me tell you, I heard about the story of Starbucks recently. I heard that in the book Think and Grow Rich, they mentioned it. And they said that somebody had opened a Starbucks in Seattle and they only sold the coffee beans.
No,
They
okay.
didn't make any coffee. And they hired some guy to work marketing for them, for their company, Starbucks. So he worked there for a while and then he went on vacation to Italy. And in Italy, he saw there was a culture of like, oh, let's drink coffee and spend time together and talk and
Oh,
be
yeah.
social during break time or after work.
I heard something like that, yeah, and then
Yeah.
he came with the idea, right?
Yeah, then he went back to America and like because he could visualize like we could do this in America with Starbucks. And he went back and told the owner and the owner said no. So the guy quit and opened his own coffee shop. And it became successful and then he bought Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
And then he became the owner and he made it huge.
That's nice. It's very interesting that you can find a lot of opportunities everywhere. Something that I've been thinking about is like the kids cafe here in Vietnam. We don't have any in the US, and we don't have
Right.
any in Mexico as well. So they could work out, or at least I haven't heard about them. In Mexico, I went around, we couldn't find anything. They have Kidsania.
What is
You know Kidsania? It's like a small city for kids where like they are working with some brands, and they can work. For example, in Mexico, they have Aeromexico, that is an airline.
Yeah.
They have Walmart. They have many different stuffs, McDonald's. So the kids go into it, then they have to work, like doing some stuffs, like employees. So they get some money, and then they can buy different things. So
damn.
it's quite cool, like to teach the kids how to earn their money.
Yeah.
And they just opened one in Hanoi.
I wanna see that.
Yeah. So you're like, wow, that's very interesting because we tried to go there, but first they told me that my baby was very young. He was 2 years old. They're like, yeah, I know. And then he wasn't able to speak Spanish, so it was going to be impossible. But now the one that I opened here in Hanoi, they speak Vietnamese and they speak English, but it's fine. I may go soon.
So the kid
So
can
they
go
have
in.
that city, but they don't have a coffee shop like here that, you arrive and there are a lot of tables at the entrance for the parents. So you sit down, you ask for your drinks, and they have the whole stuff there with games for babies. They have clothes, they can take pictures,
That's
they
cool.
can go and do whatever they want. And it's quite nice because they enjoy, and at the same time, well, I've seen people that they're working in the laptop and they just leave the kids there. But you can also have like a good drink, something like that. And then the kids go socializing, and it's nice. The culture here is quite cool, so I still feel like I'm safe letting my kid go out and like talk to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're not gonna do like anything bad, or they're not gonna fight or anything like that. So it's quite a nice idea. I like it, especially for people who are like looking how to spend the time with the kids and get a good drink at the same time.
That's really cool. That's what coffee coffee will keep the parents there.
They call them kids cafe here, and they're like really nice. It's just dedicated to them. So you can go to one and it's like everything is about space. So it's and then you go to another one and it's like castles and princesses and all those things.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
My kids would like that.
Yeah, so we could do something like that, I think, in Mexico, because we don't have really many things to offer for the kids over there. I say, well, right now Mexico is not like the safest place in the world,
Yeah.
Like, even though like kids are just staying at home, playing with the phone and stuff, it would be a good idea like to have to offer something that is like, Kidsania is nice, but they can also have other stuff.
That's true.
I think it's a good idea, but just thinking about it, I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Like sometimes you see like the business, but then the culture is not the same. It's like Subway here didn't work out.
Yeah. I mean, how do you compete with banh mi?
Yeah, totally.
That's
Like
tough.
when I came here at the very beginning, 2016, I went to a mall and I saw Subway. So I got one, and it was around 70, 80 Vietnam dong.
Yeah.
We one like drink, the combo,
For a half or a whole?
the half.
Oh, the half.
Yeah, the
Damn.
half. And then like you go out and you get something bigger, like the whole banh mi for 15,000.
Yeah.
And it's like having more meat and like
Yeah.
it's very delicious. Okay, I never came back to Subway, and just one day there was no Subway anymore.
Then before I moved to Vietnam, I worked for 1 year in Washington D.C. just to save money to come to Vietnam. Just working as a secretary in a physical therapy office. So, but every day, like the cheapest food I could buy was Subway. Because it was like around $5.50
That's the thing.
Everything else around me was like $10. So like the cheapest option was Subway, and I ate it every day for a year.
Just to save some bucks.
Yeah.
That is nice.
I've never eaten Subway again since I left.
It's really good. I like Subway so much, but well, having the banh mi around and I was
Yeah.
just traveling, so I had to save some cash too. Anyway, yeah, the food in the United States that is considered like really cheap, here is like something nice and gourmet. Like, you know,
Right,
here
like
going to
even like
McDonald's, here
McDonald's,
going to McDonald's is something cool. And over there, like you just get the cheeseburgers when you have a hiking, and then like okay, let's get 10, 15 cheeseburgers and let's survive over there.
Yeah, or you just finished like going to the club or something. Kind of like you have the munchies. So after the bar, you go to McDonald's.
Yeah. So you know, one very nice experience that I had when I was traveling, I met my now wife, and she told me like, well, you have to wait for me some days because she was just finishing her studies, and then after she finished with that time, she told me, let's go to have some nice dinner. I'm gonna invite you this time. It was very nice from her. Like, oh, cool. So of all the places that she could take, she took me to Pizza Hut.
Ah, nice.
And we were like, wow, like I'm traveling and I never expected that she would take me like to a place like that, no?
Yeah.
So she got the pizza and everything, and it was fine, but like it's funny that it's considered like something fancy, and she was going to treat me with that. But then when I was in the United States, like Pizza Hut wasn't like the good one. They were just telling me like, oh, Papa John's or something like that. They're like, okay, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of pizzas at all.
Ah, okay.
But like, yeah, it was quite cute. Like the nice food here is like the cheap food over there.
Yeah. Yeah, in Peru, Pizza Hut is also like a fancy, kind of like fancy food.
Yeah,
And
but
you
we
do
have
with
really good
fork and-
options. We have really good options here. You just don't go with the chains,
Yeah.
because then it's not gonna be good. But we have one restaurant here of hamburgers, Burger Boss, Boss Burger or something, like that. And they're so good. They're really, really good. So if you're missing a hamburger, you should go there.
True. Like I haven't heard this song for months, man. It's hitting me hard right now. The Shakira song with Piqué.
One of them.
Oh, there's more?
It was like she got like 3, you know?
Oh,
Something
I didn't
like that.
know.
She got many for Piqué.
Dude,
But that one's really straight. This one is really straight. She has also one with Karol G.
damn.
Yeah.
I think the day after this song came out, I was already hearing it in Vietnam. I was already hearing it in the radios here in Vietnam.
Yeah. It's a good song. You know?
It's a good song, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like it. Maybe because she's not talking about me, so that's why I like it, no? I mean, like,
But she's so angry though. Like I had it on repeat for a couple of days because it's so good. Like the music is so good, but the lyrics, like she's so angry.
Yeah, it's going straight. Like, you know, this is your fault. Like she first had one that was saying something like, no fue culpa mía. Like it was my fault. It was the monotony.
Damn.
And it was like kind of soft. Then she had this one, and then the next one with Karol G is just like, you bro, you are the problem.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like it's your fault, but like very straight, and I like it.
I wonder how Piqué feels now. It's probably fine.
I heard that I think it was this song when she's talking about like the Rolex and all this.
Yeah.
And then like
Oh, here it is. This part, yeah.
Yeah, the Rolex and the Casio. So then he got like some offers, like Piqué got some offers from Casio, like because of that comment, and also the one car, no, that is. She
Right.
said,
Yeah. Ferrari or something. She just said it.
yeah. So, well, I think like he didn't have a good time, but at the same, like something good was coming. So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, life is like that. What can we do? At least she's taking everything away. So
It's making me think about like stuff like karma and stuff like that.
I don't know how bad was like their relationship and what happened there. So I just don't want to make comments.
Yeah.
I know that she is very angry at him, but I don't know. I wasn't there. So I enjoy the music, but I would not be on any side.
Oh right. Yeah. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their.
Yeah. Those
Their thing.
personal problems that they got public, but
Yeah.
we cannot judge. At least not with the information that we have right now.
True. But what do you think? Like, I was talking about this with my friend Marcus recently. Marcus, what's up, dude? Yeah, karma.
Karma.
But also, we should define what do we think karma is first.
Well, for what I understand, karma should be like the response of the universe depends on your actions. So you get what you do, or something like equivalent. This is what I mean. It's kind of like justice. So I'm a lawyer.
True.
Or
You're a
just
lawyer.
in case that someone doesn't know it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first thing that they teach you is the definition of justice. That is, give to everyone what they deserve.
Damn. Oh man. So it must be so hard to be a lawyer in Latin America then.
Yeah.
They teach you, right? They tell you that is what justice means, right?
Yeah. It's like the first thing that you have to learn is what justice means.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, at least I know what justice means, right?
Yeah. In the dictionary.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, and I feel like karma is kind of like the same, but like a little bit more like in the universe. So you just get what you deserve. So if you are a good person, you get good things. You're a bad person, you may get something bad. But I also feel like, it's quite funny in my own experiences. When people do something bad to me, they get the karma very quick.
Oh really?
So we can say that my karma is like kind of instant karma.
Damn.
I had this one of my first girlfriend. She was very into those stuffs, and every time that something was happening, my karma was acting really fast, and she was kind of afraid of me. Sometimes, like she said like she was angry at me, so then she was just having some thinkings, and suddenly something bad happened to her, and she was like, "It was your karma." And like, I have no idea. Like, I really don't know about that. It was your karma. So then she was afraid, like, of doing something bad to me, or at least she told me that. And like, seriously. So those experiences that I had, and I have seen with other people too, like when that happened. But I don't say like it's my karma. Maybe it's just like their own karma happening at that time, and I just have the chance to see it or something like that. Yeah, I think it happens. I think it happens.
Like some people will try to describe karma like, for example, if there was something like unresolved from childhood, it can affect you as an adult, and they will call that your karma. And that of course parents can pass the karma to the kids by accident, is because maybe they don't know, right? And by accident they pass their damage onto the kid, and it continues the karma.
That sounds like the Bible, no? When like you are a bad person, and then it's coming for different generations, like they have to pay what you did. I don't know if it really
not
happens
so
like
not
that.
so judgmental. Not like, oh, you're bad, but that's just your karma.
Yeah, no, probably the good stuff too.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about that. Like, it could be, but I also can think that, like, for example, if your parents educate you in a specific way, and they also have like some problems, psychological problems, they're gonna pass it to you. So maybe it's not just karma, but it's just like some, how can I say? I don't know how to say in English. This one is hard, but like we can say like, yeah, all the not mental problems, but like all the things that you get for generations that are passing and passing and
like
passing.
conditioning or something.
Yeah, something like that. So I think that's why it happened, but I don't feel it like karma at all. It's more like things that you can actually break, and then you can restart.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think I've been. Yeah, it feels kind of like I don't know what word to use because I call that karma, right? So like it kind of feels like all of those things, like the conditioning, the mental conditioning from my parents and their parents, like maybe all my ancestors.
yeah.
I'm like experiencing them right now, and I have to like decide, okay, what do I do with this? Like I'm trying to remove the stuff I don't need.
It's quite interesting, you know. Like for me, I never thought about it, but then my younger brother, he studied psychology. So he was talking like, you know, we have this problem, this is happening, this is coming from our parents and our grandparents and for generations and something like that, and like all the anxieties and all those stuff. So yeah, that's why probably I believe that it's like that. But for me, karma is just like something that is responding with the universe. So,
Like a cause and effect.
Yeah, totally, and it's just like individual.
Yeah.
So I respect like the thinking of everyone as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think they go together. Honestly, I think there's something there.
It could be.
And actually, like the purpose of the podcast, actually, the purpose of this podcast is to find some kind of pattern that connects psychology with self-development and spirituality. Like
Well,
it feels like there's something that's like connecting them.
Well, usually everything is connected at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I'm finding what is that what is that connection, dude? I'm so curious about
it's
that.
gonna be hard. But if you know it, just let me know because like I'm
Like,
very into it.
it's hard to explain what that thing is, but I feel like it shows some hints sometimes.
Yeah, well, the only thing that you have to do is just to open your eyes and recognize them, and then you will
Right.
find out. Like, it shouldn't be that hard if you really focus on it.
It should be a fun thing to do.
Totally.
Right.
And once that you understand it, like, will change your mind probably.
Yeah, and maybe you can never understand it fully. Maybe it's like infinity. So I'm having fun. Like, I don't know how much I can learn before I die. But I'm just gonna.
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, if you enjoy it, why not?
Yeah.
It's gonna help. Then you can pass it to the next generation, and they continue.
Yeah, and this started kind of like right before, or right during COVID actually, when COVID first started. I love this song too.
Oh yeah.
I asked this monk what is Zen, and then I had him as a Facebook friend. I said, hey, can you help me know what is Zen? I read some book about Zen. So he said,
Zen,
oh,
like Z-E-N?
Zen, yeah. Because I read this book about Zen that said like, what if you are the whole universe? Like, yeah, you are the whole universe.
I've thought about that, you know, like at some point I thought like everything that is happening around is my own creation. And it's just like the day that I die, everything is gone. And that's it. But it was just one thinking, it could be like thousands of thinkings. But yeah, at some point like my universe is gone and nothing else exists.
Like it's just black.
Yeah, totally. Like everyone disappeared with me.
Right, the whole
Yeah, the whole universe is just
It could be.
We never know.
Yeah.
But on the other side, like for example, I have my son. So I will not focus just on myself. Like, what if I'm wrong? So I need to make sure that he's gonna be fine after me in case it's like that way.
Yeah, that doesn't case. Yeah. Like in the book that I read, it was called Teach Yourself Zen. They said like, what if the whole universe is you, right? Okay, yeah, that's so great. Okay, so who's Nick? And then that kind of scared me. Like, oh shit, I didn't want to think about that. But now I have to ask this monk because I want to know more about this. So I went to his temple.
That's pretty deep, huh?
That was just the beginning. I went to his temple and then he said, oh yeah, come here to my temple and I'll let you borrow some books or whatever. I went to his temple and he was just hanging out with some friends. He's like, oh yeah, hey, come have fun with me and some friends. And one of those girls
I just made them for you. I just made this friend for you.
And we just were hanging out, just playing guitar, like drinking pho, not even or eating pho, not even talking about Zen or anything, just hanging out. And then before I left, he said, "Oh, take these books." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just took them home, and one of them was Power of Now, The Power of Now.
Yeah, you have to learn how to enjoy the now.
Yeah, right.
Totally. That's what he showed you at that moment, no?
Exactly.
Even though you were going for some responses, it's just like just enjoy your life.
I was like, please show me like this deep stuff. And he's like, just have some fun.
Yeah, the deep stuff is here in the book, but let's come here to have some fun.
Yeah. And one of the girls I met in that hangout was Luan, who became my girlfriend for like many years.
Wow.
Yeah. And
So would you call something like destiny or like karma?
it might
because,
be,
like-
it might be. I think for me, I think it's the same.
Do you think that is the same?
Yeah. I think for me, it's the same. Based on my definition of karma.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like when you were seeing like those both stuff, maybe they're going together already.
Yeah, yeah. And then everything that happened afterwards was also my destiny and my karma.
So you believe that, or you may think that everything is already done and we are just following that path?
I don't know.
Because when we talk about destiny, I feel
Right.
it like destiny is when you already have your own path and you just follow it.
It kind of feels like as you realize what your karma is and then you start to clean up, it changes your destiny. I mean, destiny has the same root word as destination, right? It's like a place that
Yeah.
you are going, and it's like a direction you are going in.
Is the way that you want to see it. Like destiny can be like the whole way, or destiny can be the ending, that the ending is just like death.
That's
So if you are just thinking about like, your destiny is to die, then you can choose the way until you die.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you want to live until you die? Because you have to
Yeah.
die anyways. Yeah.
But there are some people who think like destiny is like you have the whole path, and no matter what you choose, it was already like
Yeah, some people
made
believe
or
that.
done by someone
Yeah.
or by something.
Yeah, I don't know if that is reality or not. I don't know. I couldn't say.
Yeah. I've heard of some people who really got crazy about that because they feel like, so it doesn't make sense that I'm here alive because I'm just following
Right.
the path, no?
Yeah.
But for me, I just prefer to think that, I'm making my own way.
Yeah. I like the way I think is like I'm getting out of the way. Because when I try to control it, I always mess it up. Like I'm getting out of the way to see what.
Yeah, like the destiny is just like forcing you, like you have to come through here. Like, no, wait. Let me
Yeah.
get to the right instead to the left.
Like every time I try to control it, I mess something up terribly. That was me this whole year.
But that's why you are here, so maybe it wasn't that bad at all.
Right. Yeah. At the end, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from all the mistakes. Like this year for me, it feels like 5 years. Like when I think about Tet holiday, I think that it was years ago, but it was this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are just living a lot in only 1 year.
So it's hard to like, yeah. It's been a crazy year, and it's not over. I still have a few weeks left.
Yes, still some weeks. Well, some months if you're thinking about the Lunar New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
right now you see it like that, I don't feel really like the change of in December for 2023 to 2024. For me, like the end of the year is already like the lunar calendar, because it's like when
yeah.
you feel like everything is gonna restart, everyone is going to their families.
It's like the reset.
Yeah, they are reset.
Yeah. I think my grandparents might come for Lunar New Year. I hope so.
It's nice.
That'd be cool. They've never been to Asia before.
Where do they live?
In Virginia too.
Virginia too? Oh.
Yeah, in America, my whole family is in Virginia.
So they speak English and everything, that's fine. My parents want to come here and they are unable to speak English.
That's challenging. My grandma cannot speak English, but my grandpa, because he's so social, he just tries his best.
That should be enough.
Yeah.
My mom, she's a very nice woman, and she's like really social. So she came for my wedding, and suddenly it's like I was coming back home from work, and it's like, where's my mom? I don't know, she just went out. So I was finding her like, she had friends already.
Wow.
She had a place to go to drink coconut, and she found like the body language very useful, and she was doing whatever she wanted. On the other hand, like my brother also came with her, and she was just at the room, chatting with the wife and telling her like, I miss you, like I want to come back because I cannot do anything here.
Yeah.
So like two different mindsets. My mom was very brave being here, and she liked it.
Cool. Yeah, my mom came here in March. Yeah, so I was able to show her around a little bit.
What did she think about Saigon?
Yeah, she first she was kind of scared of the motorbikes. But then, because she would hold me like this when I drove her, but then she said she saw her reflection in the mirror and she was like, "Why am I holding so scared
cool.
like this?"
I think that's natural. They are older, so they will be scared. My mom too. Like she said, I came to see you, my son, so I'm gonna stay at home all the time, just with you. And no, we have to go out. She was very afraid of going to a bike.
Oh, yeah.
And I gave her the helmet and like, let's go. So the very beginning, she didn't want to do it. Then we went to eat some restaurants. She had fun.
Yeah.
And then she was asking me herself, like, so where are we going now? But she had the helmet already in the hand. And like, okay,
Nice.
whatever you want.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
With my mom, we went to the beach. We went to Vung Tau. We ate she's vegetarian, so we ate only vegetarian food.
Well, there are many options here in Vietnam. As long as you see chai, you know that it's vegetarian.
Yeah, I think we ate at different restaurants every day that were vegetarian.
Nice.
Yeah. So lucky for her.
Yeah.
I think in Peru it's more challenging to find vegetarian places. We eat so much
meat.
So much chicken and beef.
Chicken, beef, and guinea pigs, no?
And guinea pigs. Yeah. I show my students that video
really?
with the cute guinea pig like this, and then like the cooked one.
Yeah. I watched a video about that when they're like dressing all the guinea pigs like very cute, like knights and everything. Like, wow, that looks like a little cartoon. And then like after that, all of them cooked. Is there? And like, man, it hurts me because I had a pet before, a guinea pig, and I love him so much. It was like my first big love.
Wow.
Like the first feeling that I had as a parent. So when he passed away, because he got a surgery, so I couldn't take care of it. And then, of him.
Yeah.
And then my parents were like, okay, don't worry, we're gonna take care of the guinea pig, it's fine. Then I was at home, but I was in a different room.
Yeah.
After like 5 days, they just came to my room and they told me, like, you know, something is happening to the guinea pig. So like, what? So I finally stood and I went to check, and he was very sad there. Man. So what I found out is that they put the food and it was like a big mess because he was like pooping and peeing, but they didn't clean it. Yeah. So he got like some worms there and probably he ate it. So we took it to the vet, and then the vet said like the problem with this kind of animals is that they cannot puke, they cannot take anything out.
Damn.
So he got a shot, an injection, and he's gonna be fine by tomorrow. Okay, cool. I came with him. I was talking the whole day with him. Like, don't worry, I'm gonna be here with you, something like that. In the evening, before going to sleep, I told him like, hey, everything is gonna be fine. Tomorrow you'll feel better. I put him his blanket because he had like the whole stuff. Cool. No, he was my son, so like he was laying down there.
Wait, how old were you at that time?
I was 19.
Ah, true.
19 in university. So I just put him his blanket, it's gonna be fine. And something that made me feel bad is like, he didn't like that you touch his butt. But that day when he got the shot, he was very scared and he ran to my hands. And he put the butt into my hand. Yeah. But it was like, wow, that's like, it never happened. So he was asking for help. So that day he's like, okay, it's just like, see you tomorrow. So I went to sleep, and then in the morning I woke up and I went to look for him, like the first thing that I had to do. And he didn't cry because he usually cries like to call me in the morning. Yeah. And it's like when I got something, so I went to call him, and I didn't touch him. I called him and he didn't answer. So I was calling him, and then I tried to move like the whole. It wasn't a box, but like a big like crystal box. I tried to move it, and he didn't answer. So I went with my mom because I couldn't touch him or anything. I was very scared. And then she came and she told me that he's dead. And I remember I was crying a lot. And I was going to university and I was crying because that was the first day that I was going to come back to university after the surgery.
Jesus.
And I woke up early for that. And I was crying the whole way, and big problem.
That's a big challenge.
Yeah, it was really challenging. So the memory that I had with a guinea pig is that one, like it was my baby. And then like, they ate them in that contest in Peru, like, okay.
Like the story you just told me, like that's the first time I heard a guinea pig dying of natural causes.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard of a guinea pig living that long before.
It was just 1 year, but
Okay.
because I got sick, he actually died. It wasn't like a long life for him. Anyway, yeah, like different people react in different ways. Just to give an example, my brother, he got a little pig. I always want to have a pig, but pig, the animal.
Yeah.
And I like the Vietnamese pigs. That I didn't know that they were from Vietnam, you know?
Oh, really?
Like the name is like cerdo vietnamita in Spanish. That means like Vietnamese pig.
Yeah.
So I never thought that they were from Vietnam.
Yeah.
For me, that was the name until I was in Sapa, and I saw them, and I thought like, wow, that looks like a Vietnamese pig. And wait, I'm in Vietnam. So when I got it, I was like, that's why it's a Vietnamese pig.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was like, I finally got it. Anyway, my brother got a pig before I came here.
Yeah.
Someone just gave it to him. So, yeah, like the pig is a pet, something like that. And I was like, I wanted to have a pig and I couldn't have it, and something like that. After 1 year, I asked them, like, whoa, what happened with the pig?
Yeah.
We ate it. Like, what? Yeah, we ate it. But they have the pig like for 11 months.
Oh my God.
So it was a pet, and they were like playing with the pig, and it was very sweet. And my brother is just like, well, yeah, it was already big, so we ate it. Didn't you feel like bad for that? Like, it was quite funny because he was crying a lot because we didn't know how to kill it.
Oh my
like,
God.
What? So I felt really bad. Like, I could not do something like that. Like, you know, if I spend some time with an animal,
Me too.
I could not like sacrifice
Jesus.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, different people, different mindset.
Yeah. Damn, that's hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like in my house we had in Virginia we had 3 guinea pigs, and then one day my dad just cooked all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just like gone. Like,
I was just like, whoa. But I felt I wasn't so emotionally attached to them because I was attached to my dogs, and my dogs didn't see them as friends. My dogs wanted to eat them.
okay.
So then I just thought like, okay, so this is just like for eating. I'm not gonna get too connected to them.
Okay. Well, you got your idea. Yeah, probably if you spend some time with
Dang,
them.
if it was just me and the guinea pig like hanging out, I would get attached.
You know, the hard thing of the guinea pigs is that they make sounds and they can communicate with you. But yeah, like
Yeah.
if it's a hamster, probably like I had some hamsters. They're like cute but dumb at the same time, so they're funny. But it's still okay. But the other one, they actually call you. Like every time that I was coming back home, just open the door and there.
Would he run around the house, or do you have a cage?
It had a cage, but it was in my room. So every time that I come back, I take him out, and he's playing with me.
Okay.
He's staying on my chest, going around, something like that, because I can lock my door. So he was like free into the room.
Do you have any pets now?
We have a dog at home.
Oh, nice.
But I'm not very into like petting him or anything, because it's more like the dog of my wife's family. So it was just like arrive and like, hey, Happy, because Happy is his name. Hey, Happy, how are you? And then I go like, to the second floor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There now we have 2 cats. And my whole life I had dogs. So now when I have cats, it's like, yeah, they have a different personality.
Totally. They are very weird. You know, like dogs, you see them and they know that they depend on you.
Yeah, they're so emotional.
Yeah. But then you see the cats and they just don't care.
Yeah.
It's just like you are like actually working for them. Yeah. Like you must provide everything.
I have 2 cats, and I think they can like communicate to each other really well, because like I became friends with one of them first, but not the other one. The other one didn't trust me, so I just played with one of them, and then one day I took a nap and I woke up with both of them on my chest. So then I thought, wait, how did this other one come hang out with me if I didn't even play with her yet? So maybe they talk to each other. Yo, come hang out over here.
Like you talk to him, he's gonna give you more food.
Maybe.
Yeah, like okay, let's do it.
So now the 3 of us are like playing and stuff.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, cats are cool. I'm kind of allergic to them, but we still had one after I married. We had one. It's a British long hair, a white one. And we took it home. It was at my wife's house, and then we took it to our house after marrying. And he was very sweet, like very lazy cat, super big. It was like 6 kilograms or something like that. Like it was just super big cat. And he was always laying down. And you know, like I call him, his name is Mon. He's still there at home now. Yeah. And I was just calling him like, hey, Mon, meow. But he doesn't move, he's just there. Very cute. but I haven't had the experience with like actually the cats who are like very bad boys. They're doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think I could not handle them. But I found out that I'm allergic because every time that I pet the cat, if I touch something about my face, I start like crying and I cannot stop it.
Oh really?
So after touching them, I have to wash my hands. So I can live with them,
Ah, okay.
but I cannot touch them and then touch my face or something nearby my eyes.
Dang. Yeah, my cats right now, they're like maybe 2 months old. I think they're sisters too. But right now they're scratching everything.
Yeah, that must be hard. Like I cannot like stand something like that. No. Also with the dogs, I love them so much, but I don't like seeing hair around.
Ah, true, yeah.
Kind of special. Maybe that's why like right now, before I wanted a pig because they are like they don't have hair at all, and now I want a Xolo.
You want what?
I want a Xolo, like the name of the bar, Xolos
Yeah.
Tequila.
Oh, that
because they are hairless dogs.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like hypoallergenic. You don't have any trouble. And
Is it the one that if you hug him, it has like a health benefits for you? Because his body has no fur, right? So like something about the skin.
I don't know if they have health benefits, but I feel more like attracted to my culture, so they are very popular. But you have one dog also in Peru that is like hairless dog.
Yeah, like
They're a little
Peruvian
bit different.
Inca orchid, I think. It has like the hair up here.
Yeah, the Xolo also has it, but I've seen like the skin of the Xolo is like darker.
Oh, cool.
They're like very, very dark skin, and the Peruvian is more like brown.
It's possible.
Yeah, and the Xolo looks like kind of black. It's black skin.
Cool. That's sick.
And also I saw the Peruvian, they have like spots.
Some spots, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that something if you hug them, it has some kind of health benefit because the temperature of their body.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know exactly what the benefit is, but
What I used to hear when I was in university is like if you hug trees, you have benefits. Like actually,
I believe that. I believe. I've never really tried it, but
Yeah,
maybe I should.
Sometimes, like I don't know if it was just because I had it in my mind or something, but I actually hug a tree and it's like, oh, it's nice. At least they are very fresh. But yeah, like felt like a release. Like probably they help you.
Yeah, that makes me think. I think this is like one question before we end. What do you think about the placebo effect?
The placebo effect?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what's that.
It's like, for example, like if they do an experiment on you with pills, maybe one pill has the medicine and one pill has only sugar, and then but they tell you what the benefit should be, and maybe you take the sugar and you feel the benefit.
Ah, okay. I think it's possible. I think, well, at some point, no, like if you get a virus that your body can't control, you cannot just fix it by thinking about that.
Oh my god, dude. This song was my #1 played song on Spotify for the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I have really good songs now. Huh?
Jesus. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I will send you the playlist.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, I think it's possible at some point because when you really feel bad, then you go to the doctor, like you feel better, even though you haven't taken the medicine, probably because you are just looking that someone tells you, like, you are not as bad as you were thinking.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There was a French pharmacist, I can't remember his name right now, but he would give the patients the
sugar,
medicine
right?
they ask for, but he would also say like, oh, but I also have my own medicine that I made and this will help you get cured faster. So he would give them both, like the medicine and then his own just like a sugar pill or something.
Yeah.
And it would work for the patients.
Nice.
So he
Well,
believed
you can see here like how strong is the mind.
Yeah. Like he suggested that everybody should repeat to themselves, every day in every way I'm getting better and better.
Yeah.
That we should repeat that.
That's what will help you. Also smiling, like if you look at yourself in the mirror and then you smile, it's gonna help you. Or like when they say like you are talking on the phone and then you use a smile, like people in the other side, they can actually like perceive that you are smiling, that you're in a good mood.
I believe that. It shows in your voice or something, like your vibrations.
So your body is connected to your mind, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you change your expressions, it's gonna recognize it. Like maybe we are not in a good mood, but it's gonna be like, wait, like the body is in a good mood, so maybe we are in a good mood, so it's gonna do it.
Yeah. It's like your beliefs can change the way you experience reality, I guess.
Yeah.
So what if you can choose your beliefs, right? What if you
Well,
can
you
just
must
choose?
be very powerful, because the thing is like you are conscious that you choose. What makes you have like your own questions and hesitate and remember what you are doing. For example, let's say like you don't go to the doctor, but then you say like, I'm just gonna think that I'm better.
Yeah.
But you yourself, like, you know that you are doing it to feel better. So that's why it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But when you go to the doctor, you trust in that person, and you don't know if he's lying to you or not.
That's it.
So the problem here is that you are conscious that yourself you are doing that.
Yeah. So it's like you trust the doctor, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it works. So
Yeah.
it requires faith in something.
Totally.
Yeah.
But when you do it, that you do it yourself, you know that you do it yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot trust 100% in what you are creating, because you know that you are doing it with a purpose.
Right. It's like I don't trust myself, but I trust something else. And even though I'm not religious, but there's something else that I trust.
So you must be really, really powerful to control your own thinking and believe your own thinkings that you are just making.
And sometimes your mind will fight you
Yeah.
to not let you do that.
Exactly.
Sometimes, yeah. Unless your mind can also benefit from that. It's like it's so much like internal, like it's like a war.
It's like when you're feeling hungry, like if you think about that, you feel like, oh, I really need food.
True.
And then like you say like, okay, well, I shouldn't eat, like, I'm not hungry. You may kind of believe it a little bit, but then you will come back to the wait. No, it's because I haven't eaten or something like that. But then I was doing the fasting for a while, and then I found out that actually I could be like for a long time without eating, and I don't feel hungry at all. Or it's like, why is it happening? This it could be also with the carbs that you are eating, but also like how much you trust and how much you are thinking about how hungry you are.
True. Yeah, they say whatever you think about the most often is what you attract.
Totally. That's why when I do diets or something, I try to keep busy, so I'm not thinking about that I'm hungry. If I'm just at home, I will go to eat something.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I don't need to eat, so I will go out to do other stops for the bar, I will go running, or I just don't keep staying at home doing nothing because I'm gonna get hungry.
Yeah. That's a really good tip to distract ourselves from anything that our mind is like hungry for in general.
Yeah, it's like the best tip to lose weight. Just keep yourself busy.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, do you want to share about the event on the 22nd?
Yeah, sure. Like, well, we're gonna have an event here in Xolo. It's hosted by Highway Events. It's two Mexican friends. They're really cool guys. And we are having right now the selling of the tickets is quite cheap, 100K per person.
Cool.
And well, we will have a lot of Mexican games because it's more like focusing to Mexican posada. But like we will have beer pong and the classic stuff, like also to have fun.
Awesome.
So it's gonna be quite good.
That's cool because one of my friends is coming exactly on that day. So I think then we'll come here to party a little bit and then go do some karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we're having the free flow of Corona. So
true.
You can come here, you have unlimited Coronas for 3 hours. So when you go to the karaoke, you are just ready for singing.
True. Yeah. Awesome.
It's gonna be good. And these guys are amazing. Awesome. They really have really good events.
Oh, you met one of my friends recently. His name is also Nick, but he's Vietnamese.
Is he speaking Spanish?
He speaks Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big face.
Oh, yeah. He's a very cool guy. He's come here like probably 3 or 4 times. He's coming every week to get some cocktails and just practice Spanish and everything. But he's
pretty good.
Pretty active guy.
He's pretty good at Spanish.
Yeah, I'm impressed. And he told me that he just learned everything by himself. Like he hasn't taken any class or anything. It's just like Duolingo or something like that. Yeah. It's like, oh, cool.
He's really talented.
So I believe that Duolingo for learning Spanish is good, because I've met a lot of people who are able to speak Spanish, and when I ask them like, how did you do it? Like, just Duolingo.
That's amazing.
I've been like studying Duolingo like for 1-2 years, and like, wow, I don't know how long like it takes to finish with everything. Vietnamese.
Okay.
Many Vietnamese are speaking Spanish because of Duolingo. I've never tried. Like I did some with Vietnamese, and it's still fine. But for me, Duolingo is kind of boring. Because it's like repeating, and I want to continue forward. So then you go like, okay, let's take the next lesson, but then you don't understand it. So you have to go very slow. That's why it's working.
And then when I don't play for a few days, then the app will say like, Oh, the
Hey.
owl was disappointed.
Yeah,
And then I just
we're
go, "Man,
missing
shut
you.
the fuck up, bro."
Yeah, like, come on.
And there's no owl, there's no duo. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Even like turn off the notification. Like, let's go away.
yeah.
I don't want to learn anymore.
But they say actually that helps them a lot.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get more.
Also, because the pronunciation between Vietnamese and Spanish is quite similar, so
That is true.
They get very quick.
That's why, yeah, we say cafe. Cafe is the same word.
Yeah, like the
Cafe.
pronunciation of the vowels is very similar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right, man. I think we'll take a break for now and continue
No
next
problem.
time.
Yeah, sure. It was really nice to see you.
That was sick.
Nice.